Hey guys, welcome back to Professional Weekenders YouTube channel. Today we're here at Fred Howard Park in Tarpon Springs, Florida, just outside of Tampa. And today we're going to show you where all the locals go to the beach. It's going to be a ton of fun, so make sure you stick around, check it out, hit that subscribe button, and let's go.
Let's go. Alright guys, so if you were in the Tampa area and you want a beach like a local, we got you covered. We're going to show you guys exactly where to go and what to do and what to bring. So, alright, so we are here. We are in Tarpon Springs. We've been to this beach before. It's actually one of our favorites. For us, it's a little bit out of the way because we live on the other side of Tampa. But that being said, it is one of our favorite spots. So here we are. We're here. We are enjoying it, and we're going to get all set up, and we'll see you guys by the water. So we are here on Easter Sunday. I don't know when you guys will see this video, but there's a ton of people out. Usually this is a pretty, popular spot as well, even on non-holiday weekends. We are going to have a good time. Plenty of spots. While the park is free to enter, it is $6 to park. So there's that. There are some walking trails closer to the inland. So we are actually on an island, and you drive through the park over the parking way, right? You can park on the other side of the causeway place, and then you get all the way out here to the beach.
All right, so we just got set up here at the beach. Got our tent and everything pulled up. It is a beautiful, flat, calm day out there. See, here comes the Sea-Doo Switch coming in the picture. Gorgeous, gorgeous area. This is a particularly nice kind of area. Like I said, it's definitely more of a local spot than you find down at Clearwater or something. Anybody that's kind of on the peninsula and the Tampa Bay area, if they're kind of up north, this is the beach that they tend to go to because it's got fairly decent sand. Now, I will say, obviously, we mentioned with it being a holiday weekend, Easter holiday, I didn't know it was a big beach holiday. I would have figured people were doing things with their family, maybe doing family at the beach. I don't know, but it is rather packed. And this is a busy beach regardless, because it's not a very big beach, so parking can always be a problem. And you may have to park out on the causeway and kind of walk over a bit. What you do get here, the water is spectacular. It is part of the intercoastal, so you're not technically on the Gulf, but really you're kind of in between all these islands. So there's Anclote Island over there. It's probably hard to see with the photo or with the camera, but there's a lighthouse directly out there. So we're kind of in the gap between Three Rooker and Anclote, so you do have a lot of fresh water kind of coming in here and keeping things moving, and it's a lot nicer than going to a beach in the bay, for instance.
Well, it's still salt water, it's not fresh water.
Yeah, it is still fresh. It is still salt water. Did I say?
You said a lot of fresh water.
Okay.
I know what you meant,
yeah,
but it's
you're right.
water.
Yeah. So to clarify, it is salt water. It's not fresh water, but I mean new salt water, not stagnant salt water. So now I think it's time to go for a swim. Obviously, that's the reason why you come to the beach, isn't it? Yeah. Here you go. Good look down the beach. Like I said, a bit crowded today, but not too bad. There's just a little bit of seagrass up here towards the front, but water looks beautiful other than that. It's a little cold still. It's like I said, it is Easter weekend, but if you're coming from up north, you'd be this is perfect. Definitely clear. Early in the season is the time to come when the water's the clearest. Not only is the beach spectacular, but it's also a great place to come and paddleboard and kayak. They do have kayak rentals here at least too. I think they do paddleboards as well. But yeah, awesome place to come and do that. We've not actually brought our kayaks here because there's really honestly a million places to go, and I kind of if I'm going to go kayaking, I'd rather go to a spring head or a river. But if you're into ocean kayaking, ocean paddleboarding, this works too.
Why is the water cold?
It's not cold.
Freezing.
True Florida woman now, huh?
Yeah.
This is at least 20 degrees warmer than the Jersey Shore's ever been.
Accurate. For the record, I'm not a weenie. I just don't ever remember being this cold all the time. So, good times. Look at you working on your doggy paddle.
Yeah, swim real good.
You're cute.
All right, so yeah, swimming was spectacular as expected. We're gonna walk around and see what other type of amenities they have here on the beach. So off to this side, over here is the fishing beach. So you're allowed to fish on this side. Which I kind of like that they have a certain designated area for that, so people they want to fish can fish. I've never really been a big fan of people fishing where people swim. I don't want to step on rusty hooks and attract sharks to the area. But yeah, on this beach over here you can fish. It looks like you can also tie up your jet ski too, so that's interesting information because there is obviously a Yamaha VX over here. Definitely a lot more shallow though on this side. You can swim, fish, or jet ski, it looks like. There's even some spots back here towards the back where you can get a spot under a palm tree, or like what this person's done, string up a hammock. That's an amazing idea. We got hammocks and never use them. Also plenty of room here in the back, or we saw some people playing football. Looks like these guys are as well. Also seen you know, people doing soccer and such. So again, you got some room towards the back there. So even though the front beach access where everyone's swimming and everything is a bit packed and a bit crowded, there is a little bit of room in the back for your other beach activities. And I've made it to the back side of the island, which, if it wasn't clear, this beach is on an island with a causeway that attaches, so you can drive your car out here. But yeah, I think it's more of a natural island. Maybe, I don't know, maybe man-made, I'm not sure. But this is the back side of it, so definitely much more calm back here if that's what you're looking for. And this is also where you're going to find the kayak rentals over there. But yeah, this actually isn't a bad idea, coming staying on this side of the island, really. Like, it is like pool water calm, and definitely fun on this side. I don't know if you can see, but there's tons of like little fish, you know, swimming away as you walk through the water. But yeah, there is the kayak rental over there. So plenty of kayaks. Looks like some singles and some doubles. We'll go over and take a look and see what kind of prices they got on that sort of thing. And again, looking at the kayaks, they do have some, looks like surfboards or paddle boards. They also have this water trike thing though. Sorry, I get a little excited about those things because I always wanted to try one ever since I was a kid. I know that it's probably absolutely miserable. I'm sure that they don't go fast, and you probably have to put forth a lot of effort to get them to move, but they just always look so cool. I've never done it. One day I'm definitely gonna have to rent one of those, just so I can at least finally put that childhood dream to rest. Get an hour for $35 on a double, $25 for single, paddle boards, full days, $110, jeez. They also rent beach chairs, umbrellas, and they have a gift shop. If you forget your if you forget your, I don't know, your boogie board, or maybe you want some goggles or something, I suppose that they sell those here. The beach is open sunrise to sunset. Again, this would be a spectacular place to see a sunset because you're facing west and you would have an uninterrupted view of the water. And of course you can also bring your own kayaks as well, which is probably the way to go if you happen to have some and you're in the area. We do have our own kayaks and we actually enjoy that as well, but like I said, I think there's other places I'd rather go kayaking. If you were here and you get the urge to get on a boat and get on the water, like if you're spending all day, maybe just rent one for an hour. But if you got your own, there's definitely better places to go. And again, continuing along the back side of the island, so this is the causeway that I was talking about. So there is additional parking out there. So if the lot over here is full, which like it was today, I mean, we waited and we got a spot, but if it's too full, you can park out there and walk in. If you got one of these first spots here, it's probably not too bad. But again, you see more people kind of set up over here. You know, you could set up in the grass, would probably be not a bad idea. And it's way more calm on this side as well. Not that the Gulf side is rough by any stretch of the means. The Gulf is way more calm than like the Atlantic, which is one of the big reasons why we love this area. But yeah, if you really want to like just sit in the water and not have to worry about waves at all, the backside is definitely where it's at. And now we're on the south side of the island, and this sign here clearly says danger, keep out. But I don't know what they're keeping people out of, because there's definitely people all down throughout there. I don't know, kind of strange. But also too, we saw people fishing in the non-fishing section, so I guess it's, you know, the rules only apply if you get caught. Speaking of rules, it definitely smells like a skunk out here. Not that I'm complaining, but just letting you know. And maybe the most ingenious setup of all day, you have a like a sidewalk that comes out here and ends in nowhere. Just come bring your tent and set it up right across the sidewalk. You got your own little bench and everything in there. Hilarious. I've not seen anything like that before. All right, and now we've made it back around to the front side of the island. So this is the main part of the beach again. We are complete opposite end of the beach, but here we are again, so you can kind of see how crowded it is down here. You know, I don't think I saw any bathrooms or anything like that. Maybe there are some up here. We'll go check it out, make sure. Don't feed the seagulls. All right, and centrally located here on the front beach, there are some porta potties over there in the restroom, and I think there's a food stand here too, food truck, as well as those are those chair rentals. So prices on the chairs are, an umbrella plus 2 chairs is 30 bucks. No refunds. So each one of these blue umbrellas that you see, 30 bucks, 30 bucks, 30 bucks. But yeah, here is the food truck. It's like they got some hot dogs, chili cheese dogs, Gatorade, nachos. But if you're really hungry and you didn't bring your own food, they got some options. I do think there's maybe one changing station over here, or that may be restrooms. We're gonna go see what that is. And there are obviously like the standard kind of beach showers as well, where you can kind of rinse off at least. So that's a nice plus. And then right down the center here, they have the handicap accessible mat. So if you have a mobility device, a mobility scooter or something like that, you can at least come out here and get most of the way down the beach before you have to be in the sand. Bicycles and scooters in this case. And yeah, here's some of those showers, and it looks like this is probably changing. I'm not gonna film in there, but I'll let you know when I get to the other side. Yeah, so it looks like those are actually our restrooms and changing stalls. So if you don't want to use the porta potty, which I know a lot of people have an aversion to that, rightfully so, at least they do have some like stationary toilets here as well. All right, so I do think this is a great beach, being, you know, smaller, more local. I think there's a little bit of something here for everyone. You know, you can come, you can jet ski, you can kayak, you can paddleboard, fish, lay out in the sun, you know, do some swimming, play a game of volleyball if you have a net, you know, hang out in a hammock, all kinds of stuff. Pretty much any beach activity that you'd want to do, this beach has you covered. So I think from that perspective, it's really nice.
All right, guys, just like that, we are all done here at the beach. We had a really fantastic time. It's nice just to get out and, you know, kind of do it like a local. So all that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and here's some pro tips.
All right, guys, so here are your pro tips for visiting Fred Howard Park. Number one is, while it is a free park, don't forget to pay for parking if you're down here by the beach area. Like I said, it's about $6 for the day, so not too unreasonable. You can pay by phone with the Park mobile app, or they have a credit card machine over there as well. Pro tip number two is, while it is a nice beach and there's tons to do, you can definitely bring all your stuff, so don't forget your beach accessories. You know, your paddle boards, wakeboard, paddleboard, boogie board, you know, sandcastle building, all that stuff. Bring it along with you. Have a great day. And pro tip number three is, with this being a local beach, you'll find that people don't tend to stay all day because we're all locals. There's no reason for us to stay all day. While there are definitely people that do that, large families more often, but nice thing about it is people come, they stay for 2-3 hours, and then they'll head on home. So the parking does tend to turn over. So if you're having a tough time finding a parking spot, circle the block a little bit. You're gonna find people leaving pretty much all day long. So anyways, all right, guys, so that's gonna wrap up our day here at Fred Howard Park. Again, it's a beautiful beach. I love coming here. So many things to do. Like the nice kind of local vibe. You're not gonna see a ton of tourists here. And while it is crowded, it's not like the same kind of crowd, if you know what I mean. Just more of a local vibe, less touristy, less people kind of coming down here on vacation trying to get into trouble, and just more locals. So if you want a beach like a local, this is your spot. Don't tell anybody that we sent you, because they'll be real upset about it, because they'll be upset with us that we're letting all the local spots hang out there on the internet. But anyways, hope you had a great time. Go ahead and hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. If you found a new beach, hit the subscribe button. Really appreciate it. Really helps us out. With that being said, we're out of here, and we'll see you next weekend. YouTube channel. Today we're here in,
What are you doing right now?
well, we're getting some drone shots for y'all, but she's asking me if I could start scouting the beach for potential spots to set up as well.
See, the drone is useful. It's not just for the shots, it's for, you know, peeping, seeing what you can. There you go.
Scouting.
Fine.
Don't say seeing what you can, because people are gonna, again, it sounds bad.
Mr. No Fun over here. All right.
No fun.
Okay, fine. See, the drone is useful. It's for scouting too. It's not just for the pretty photos or the pretty video shots. There you go.
But once you do here,
all right, guys, look, you gotta run me over with the car, aren't you?
All right. So if you're in the Tampa area and you want a beach like a local, we got you covered.
All right, guys. So if you're what?
It does say the beach is open sunset to sunrise, or sunrise. Sorry. And I can't find their car.